is Melody, episode 6 of the Melody Crochet podcast, brought to you from Texas, late June. It's a Friday, 2017, and my podcast is about knitting, crocheting, and other crafts as they apply. I come to you every week, and I really hope that if you are new, you're feeling welcome, and if you're returning, thanks so much, guys. Today, we're going to discuss some finished objects, a couple whips, some purchases, and that's about it. It's been a quiet week. We spent a lot of the week swimming, trying to get the little one solid on swimming before we go to the community pool. So we've been going over to my brother-in-law's pool and just having a good time on our own. Got a little bit of sun. Let me see the shoulder hair. Yeah, it hurt at the time. I never burn, but it was about 86. It was overcast. I underestimated. Ooh. This is tea. It is hot tea, Australian afternoon tea from Twinings. Thanks, Vanessa. And got the nails on because it's Friday. I don't know if you can oh, there we go. They are iridescent, gel-coated craziness. They're the stick-on impress nails. They're called Shocking. I think I'm in love. I swear, I am this many inside. So good. Okay, so my finished objects. Let me dig it out from the whips. For some reason I put the finished stuff on the bottom. What did you guys do this week? Did you celebrate the first day of summer? I meant to make an angel food cake with fruit. I had it all planned out and forgot completely about it that evening. 4 o'clock comes in our house and things just fly. It's amazing. It's 4 o'clock. Before I know it, it is 8:30. I need to make cakes and things in the morning from now on. But we'll celebrate this weekend. I'll make a big old summery cake. It'll be awesome. And this is my finished object. You might have seen, I think, let's see, which one was first? This one was first. I finished this about a week or so ago. And this is the second one. I finished this morning. And it would be so I would have had no finished objects if I didn't finish this morning. I worked on so many whips and everything. I did a lot of knit and crochet this week, but this is my only finished object, which feels like I was cheated. Rose City Rollers. This was my Anne of Green Gables and with an E project with Love Sock Wool, and my first Rose City Rollers. So they are also going to be in my Sock School 2017 projects. I love this. I love this pattern. I can't wait to make more. I also love this yarn. This is Kyogu KPPPM, and this is the colorway Lavender Lil in Collinette sock yarn. And it comes in a 150 gram ball. This purple has been in everything since I purchased it last year, and it's not done yet. I still have a good size knot. I'll share it with you when I get out my blur in a few minutes. It's in my whips. But yeah, so excited. Love that little roll. They stay up like a dream. I can't wait to wet block them, take their picture, put them in my along threads, and wear the heck out of them. I know it's summer, it's hot, it's humid, but it's not hot and humid inside my house. So I can wear wool socks. I love them. And let's see. So at this point, I made my son's sock last week, and he was only a hoe, so he's half done. And I cast on the second one, but it's getting some backseat because I need some selfish sock knitting, right? So this is the one that's probably going to get the most love for the next week. I am going to be taking part in the, hey Hunter! Hunter's on my mandala pillow. He's so good. But I'm going to be taking part in the Spicy Homemakers Christmas Sock Along, which I love the idea of. She's like, she wants to wear her socks at Christmas time, so she needs to make them now, which is brilliant, but I wasn't thinking of that, and I'm glad I did what I did. I took the socks that I knitted for Christmas in the past, and I took my sock yarn that was Christmassy, and I put it in my Christmas decorations. Very well protected because it goes in the attic, so it's in like the heavy duty Ziploc bags and Ziploc bags inside of that, and it's wrapped up. I overdid it, but I was not about to ruin my happy moment of unlocking all my Christmas yarn and then find out moths or who knows what had eaten it inside the Christmas totes. My tea attacked me. So, I need some Christmas sock yarn, and where the heck do you get that this time of year? I might need to dye some up. I'll throw some on Etsy. If I dye some up and throw some on Etsy, and anybody needs any Christmas sock yarn, because like me, they threw their sock yarn in their Christmas decorations, and they are the idea of going up into the Christmas decorations in June when it's hot in the attic. Not a chance. Not a chance. You're gonna hear it was hot, so I didn't a lot this summer because I love summer, my favorite time of year. I love being warm, but I'm not suicidal. I'm not going into my attic in the dead heat of the humidity. I could die, and who's gonna look for me up there? They won't find me until they find the decorations. So, not a chance. So, my Jinx Yarn Easter socks and these are Afterthought Heel, for the Afterthought Heel knitalongs. They'll get some love until I get some Christmas sock yarn going. And I'll probably have to dye that up because I don't see me running into that anywhere. I could just do some red socks with some green heels, but I'd really like to do something kind of themed, not just in Christmas, but in Christmas in June kind of a theme, or Christmas in July, however, whatever makes more sense. So maybe like some turquoise for some pool colors inside my red and green, or maybe some gold. I'm not sure. I won't know until I pull out the dye. So wish me luck with that. So that'll be a project this week because I definitely want to take part in the Spicy Homemaker and probably do a new pattern with it because more Sock School 2017. Did you guys see about that? I think it was Yarn Hoarder that was talking about Sock School 2017 this week, and it's going to go on all summer. Just whatever socks you make that are new technique to you, go on in there. I'm not sure. I'm almost willing to bet, because she usually is very crochet friendly, but if you got your crochet socks going, I bet she'd be all about that. We can always ask. She's very inclusive in everything. And I like that. I like to be able to choose whatever I want to make for my alongs, because sometimes I want to make knit, and sometimes I want to make crochet, and sometimes I want to make 5 projects for one along, and I don't want to do all one or the other. So I love it when people are inclusive, and I know that if I do any alongs, they will always be inclusive because it's all yarn. I love knitting, I love crocheting, but really, I love yarn and colors. So, yay. And yay, socks. And yay, Christmas, right? I love Christmas. It's not my favorite holiday. Halloween is my favorite. And I love all things dark and morbid, and I just always have. Horror movies, you name it. Okay. Well, that was my only finished object. Before I get into my whips, I'm going to talk about my sad moment. And it wasn't an extreme sad moment. It was like, they want me to be patient. I can't stand being patient. It just bugs me. Cute bag, right? I got these, I think they have other ones all the time, over at Cost Plus World Market in the toiletry area, where they sell the soaps and smelly lotions and such. Love it. They have it in different patterns all the time, and they are waterproof, so it's safe in my purse because you know the drinks are going in there, especially this time of year. Because, can I get a little ding for every time I mention it's hot? Because, by the way, it's hot, so I'm wearing flip-flops. So I saw an along a couple weeks ago, I think it was a couple weeks ago, for flip-flop socks. They were so cute, and they're knitted, and they used a yarn that I've had in my stash for a while. This is called Kobasi. It's all rolled up into a ball, so you can't really tell that they're the same, but they are. And Kobasi has been in my stash forever, and this is made of, it's by Haku, a skeisel yarn, and 55% cotton, 16% bamboo, 8% silk, and 21% nylon, elastic nylon at that. So I had this, they bring it up, they say you need 2 balls of yarn. I could have sworn they said 2 balls of yarn. They probably didn't, but I could have sworn. So I'm like, done, joined. I got a mail from them on my Ravelry, and I assumed it meant, hey, summer's here, because it was the first day of summer, and let's make our flip-flop socks. So I went out, I got a flip-flop progress keeper, I got my bag together. I noticed the pattern required a complementary color in the same kind of yarn, and I said to myself, where have I seen Kobasi? Where have I seen it? And I remembered in McKinney I saw it, and it was on sale, no less. So I went out to McKinney and I got my complimentary Kobasi color. So in my stash, was gifted a couple years ago, brand new, color 33 Kobasi. I was ready. Go home, got my needles, my Addy Turbo Sock Rockets. I was thinking maybe 2 at a time, but I don't think so. I think 1 at a time's fine, or I'll do them in tandem. That usually works out pretty well for me. So got my needles, put everything in my bag, go to download my pattern. It wasn't a pattern. It was just something telling me what I needed. I already knew what I needed. But it's okay. It says July 6th. That feels like forever. Weeks are weeks, but weeks of summer are special. So he's going on my shelf. Hopefully I'll remember what he is inside, what he's for. I don't know. Totally bummed me out that day though. Now, in progress. Last week I left you guys going through my whips, saying to myself, should I keep this, should I not keep this, yada yada yada. Found this pineapple tank in my super old, I believe it is July-August issue of Crochet Today. July-August 2013 Crochet Today. Started it in 2013 after hunting down Red Heart Baby Sheen. Oop, there goes my little tab. That's a little collar. It's a little old and rickety. And I had made probably about that much. And I went ahead and I said, if I'm going to make this, I need to just make it. So I went on to make it. I already had the pineapple. Actually, I had 2. So it was a foreshadowing, but I figured I was just practicing making pineapples. Finished up, really cool construction. And then it said, make another. I'm like, wait a second, they're gonna put a pineapple like this on my back? I don't want a pineapple like this on my back. So if I do continue making this, I will probably just make a panel this long and make it straight across my back. And it's pretty stretchy. I'll be able to get in there somehow. And just make something that ties around my neck. Because it looks like, in the pattern, it looked to me like it was kind of like a halter that was connecting behind her neck. I didn't think there was a pineapple going up my back because that's going to leave a funny tan line. So I don't see me doing that. So I have an extra pineapple just in case I need to put my, we'll call it a coaster, okay? So I think I'll finish it. I did put it down because I wanted to work on something else. I didn't want to hate this. It's a whole bunch of linked double crochet. And it fits the front half of me. And then I'll make the back, see if I can't make a halter. So hopefully this week I'll be able to break that out and have a tank top. 2013, that's hilarious. Got my little project bag in here. I think I stole this though. It was in my blur and I found it in here. So I guess I just felt I needed it more. So that's that. And next is my blur. They are doing a crochet your fade. And this is my blur. I am crocheting my fade. I do not like the next color. This is all hand dyed by me. This is actually lime Kool-Aid. This is a speckle that I made on Knit Picks Stroll, the Bear yarn. I made a speckle with some acid dyes. And then I wanted to pick up on some yellow speckling. Don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's some yellow speckling inside there. and I wanted to pick up on that, so I made just yellow yarn. I started with yellow Kool-Aid because I'm like, hey, if I use Kool-Aid up here, might as well use it down here too. I don't usually dye with Kool-Aid. I dye with acid dyes, and it was really hot and I didn't have any of the color mixed. The idea of putting on a ventilator mask and making my dye and diluting my dyes did not sound fun because it was about 90, high humidity, and the ventilator mask is big in the garage. It was gonna be hot, and then cooking it. So I went for the microwave version, and I used lemon Kool-Aid. Wasn't bright enough, so I broke out the Wilton's cake dyes, and I heat set it. I used citric acid. I used a glug of vinegar when I was heat setting it afterward, and it didn't leak at all when I cleaned it. I washed it 3 times after, and it is not, did I say leak? I don't mean leak. It didn't bleed at all. That yellow is in there, and I do like it very much. What I don't like is the orange next. That's not making me happy. So back to the dyeing. I went straight to the Wiltons this time. It was the same day. I made turquoise. So this is on Heritage Sock, I believe Cascade Heritage Sock, and I've already tested it out. I wanted to try them both. I tried the turquoise first and didn't think I loved it next. Then I tried the orange that I'll show you in a second, and I didn't like it at all. So turquoise it is, because it picks up on that blue speckle. So the green is in there, the turquoise is all over, the yellow is in there, and then that pink and purple is right here. I dyed this up. This was acid dyes, so it's the same colors as these, and you can't tell because the purple and the magenta are really strong. There's a ton of white and lavender inside this ball, so it's going to be very tonal, and that's going to be cool. Now the question is, what else? Because I think she originally wanted 7 colors. I could see cutting it down to 6 colors. I can't see going to 5 though. That's just going to be little. So I'm going to break back this orange. Tear back this orange. And then what? I don't know. So it'll be, ignore the orange. So it'll be like that. I want to keep it super bright. I could do more speckle at the edge. I wouldn't be against that. I could do more speckle between these two. That could be fun. I might do that because I have a ton. I was thinking maybe some socks, but I could always make more if I want some speckly socks. So I might do that. That might be my 6. So this will be like my next 3. Unless something else hits my mind before then. And this is all living in one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also threw the rest of my lavender lil in there, just in case I feel like lavender. Nothing's 100% until I'm sure. I'm just seeing how the fade looks with the different colors as I go. So, like I said, this orange is going to be torn out and used in something else. I love it. It's super pretty. Maybe just some socks. But there's a ton of pink, a ton of yellow, and a ton of bright sunshiny orange. And I really like that. And I made this probably about 8 months ago. I dyed it up. And she is happily living. Where's my yellow? There she is. This is all happily living in my upside down bag that I showed you guys last week. And used 2 hooks because she accommodates for the fact that single crochets are oftentimes a little tighter than other stitches. So she's like, use a bigger hook. I'm like, okay. At first I was like, and I'm like, no, she's right. They are. And I don't want it to pull in. So she's a smart cookie. And let's see. Going to be giving some more love this week to my beach bag. and I'd like to have this done. Because like I said, we're going to the pool. This is a great pool bag. Right now, everything's being kept in a black canvas bag. And I would love to trade it out for something cuter. I still have my second ball to attack. And it's a Karen cake in fairy cakes. I love that shawl they made. I just don't think I'll ever make that. But if I do, I can go get some. It matches. Everything today in my head is matching that picture back there. And this is on, I want to say G-hook. The hook should be in here. Or not. I probably left it on the couch. The couch eats hooks. In my crochet project bag. Did you guys hear that? The children are making noise. Do you think they know where I am? So, let's see. What's next? We've gone through what I've made, and I did collect a couple things this week. I have a couple projects going on. I am trying to perfect my method of making crocheted flip-flops. So every time I go to the store, I find myself picking up a new pair of flip-flops. And I'm just putting it all out here. I did a lot of Michaels this week. I'm not sure why, but I really liked it. I had not gone to Michaels for a few weeks, and I guess I just missed it. But these I got, I think these were at Walmart. My favorite flip-flops to decorate are the ones from Old Navy. I have to get in there. Maybe today. I feel like a walk. And I tried, I love this cotton, but it wasn't as durable. It gets dirty, is really. And these peaches and creams, they just don't seem to get as dirty. Even the dark colors got kind of dirty. And I love this cotton is really soft. It's great for clothes. But on the feet, I guess I need something just a little more durable. So, got this in, I want to say dark currant, black currant. And they'll be my next victims. So, everybody that knows me knows that right about now, if they get a gift, it's probably going to include some very well decorated flip-flops. I'm like, hey everybody, what's your shoe size? Can I ask you any other personal questions? And so I'm at Michael's, right? I'm a purple person. I have no project for this, but it's called Electric Purple, and it is my color. I used to have a car this color. Yep, it was called Ultraviolet. It was like a Ford Escort. I love that car. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I just needed it, and I need more of it. So if any of you can find that Van is on sale in any stores, please message me. Let me know. Ravelry group, Instagram, all of my social media tags are below. Hopefully you can see that. If not, I am MelodyCrochet on Instagram, MelodyCrochet2 on Ravelry, and Smiley Yogini on Snapchat. Add me. I would love to get to know you. And the original reason I found myself inside Michael's is because I was watching a new crochet. I don't know if you guys watch, but she's awesome. She's so mellow. She makes really cute things to wear in crochet. And she had this gorgeous granny square, it was more like a granny rectangle, off the shoulder, fringe sleeved top this last month. And she used a yarn that I'd never heard of. It was called Loops and Threads. I thought I knew all the loops and threads because that's like Michael's brand. But it was sugar spun. And it's really pretty. It's a DK weight, 98% acrylic, 2% wool. It's a woven fabric. I mean, not a woven fabric, but a woven strand. So instead of being plied, it's actually like it's knitted like a little I-cord. Wow. The nails. Boom, it matches. Sorry, I'm okay. Colors. But this is the ball I swatched because since it's new to me and it's even a new kind of yarn. I haven't used woven I-cord yarn before. I swatched, and I wasn't sure if I was going to do a news pattern or just make my own as I go, so I like to see what I'm working with. I used an E-hook. The ball band said to use a G-hook, but a news pattern was an E. I liked her pattern, so I went with an E-hook. So an E in clover, 5s on clover knitting needles. These are just some DPNs that I use when I make little swatches. And whenever I start, I go 3 rows of double crochet, 3 rows of half double crochet, 3 rows back and forth, might be 4, of single crochet. Then I pick up stitches, go to my knitting needles, and do some stockinette, because I love stockinette. Then I do about 8 rows of knit stitch, which also tells me what it looks like in purl. And then I'll pick up some on the side and maybe do a V-stitch and a granny stitch. And that way I have what it looks like forever and how it behaves, which is more my concern. Oops. I keep looking at the yarn instead of you guys. Hi guys. But yeah, so this is how it's working out. And I figured I would share how I do that, because it's important when you're trying to figure out what you want to use. You want to see how the colors are going to play. It's hard to tell when you look at yarn how long the color repeats are and such like that. I don't know if I mentioned, but I got 3 balls, enough to make a shirt. It is the aquarium colorway. And how much do we get? 3 ounces, 270 yards, which is 247 meters and 85 grams. The pattern that they show it used in, let's see if I can show it. Boop. It's okay. It's like a little blanket. So that's going to be on my to-do list this week. So this week I plan to figure something out with this, make more flip-flops, scour the earth for Vanna Solids patterns, work on my blur, and that's about it. It's gorgeous out. We made our way to the pool a few times, made our way out to do some shopping excursions to the craft stores. Aside from that, we've just kind of hung out at home and relaxed. It's been wonderful. What have you guys been up to? Have you found any new teas, any new shops in your area? We have a yarn crawl coming up in August. So I'm trying not to spend too much because I'm gonna want to spend when I do that. My little one loves the yarn crawl. I take him to everywhere. By this time he'll be back in school. So usually I try and work around his school schedule. So we just go crazy Friday afternoon and just call it the weekend. We just go as far as we can wherever we would buy anything. They have a couple shops that don't actually sell yarn. He does like going to the actual farms, but there's a couple places that I think they just sell clothes that were knitted. Not so much. It's far enough to where it wouldn't justify us going that far for something that just sells clothes. So we'll see. But we do have a new yarn store in the area. Oh, she told me the name of it, but I won't remember until we get there. And I think it's over in Fort Worth. So that's going to be awesome. Also, we have one store that opened up last year, West 7th Wool, and I saw them at the Fiber Fest, and they had a nice booth, but I haven't been to their shop. It's about an hour or so's drive, and it just hasn't made sense to go that far. They did have the yarn coloring book though. Oh, I asked her if she had it at the Fiber Fest, and she didn't bring any. It was so sad. But that's okay. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you have a great week. Give me some comments if you have any suggestions. Please come join us at the group. Next, we're going to be giving away a copy of the Sunday shawl. I'm going to do random number generator. I'm going to close the thread in just a second. Then I'll do random number generator to see who won the pattern of the Sunday shawl. So thanks to everybody that contributed and everybody who's joined me in the group. I'm having a really good time putting it together. I went ahead and collected all the alongs that I found and made a thread about them. So if you could, when you find any that I don't have listed, just post about them below. I avoided using the ones where the people who are doing alongs are basically just telling you to use their paid for patterns. I basically focus on the alongs where you get to choose what you want to make to a certain extent. I mean, we're all in a certain direction, but you get to choose a pattern that you like. I mean, it might be a knit along, it might be a crochet along, it might not be inclusive. I'm okay with that. But if you're actually telling me what to make, I'll keep that in their thread. So, cheers to you guys. Have a great week, and thanks so much. And please stay tuned for the giveaway.